Yeah, absolutely. We're glad to have you. So the first thing I want to start off with is Jabrill Peppers. He's got the diluted urine sample, so people are saying, it tested positive for that. How much does that hurt his draft stock? I mean, is he kind of rapidly falling right now, do you think?
Well, here's the thing with Jabrill Peppers. He was falling before this happened. What this is doing now is giving GMs and coaches an excuse to pass on him. Admittingly, I'm a huge Peppers fan, a diehard Michigan fan. I've not missed a game of Peppers' collegiate career. This kid has a lot of work to do. He was never a first-round pick. I never understood the hype to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, well, I look at Peppers, throughout his collegiate career, and you said you're a Michigan fan, you watched a lot of games. I just see a guy that kind of just dominated on the field whenever he was there, and I think athletically, I mean, the guy's super gifted. He can play running back, he can play linebacker, he can play safety. The comparison I've heard that I love is kind of like a poor man's Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. I think that's a great comparison. He kind of fits that category, and Honey Badger likewise had these issues coming out of college. So let's say Peppers falls to the late second or early third round. Is he a player that, because of his athletic ability, can produce at the NFL level?
Well, but he's just an athlete. I mean, I honestly believe you're looking at the defensive version of Cordell Patterson going into the NFL. You're having somebody who's going to give you a lot in the return game, but has to completely learn how to play the position. Tyrann Mathieu, and another one of the comparisons is like Dan Buchanan, was another one people like to throw out there. They both had amazing ball skills coming out of college. The Honey Badger had his athletic limitations. He ran a strong 40, and he had a lot of off-field baggage as well.
Right.
But both of those guys were big-time hitters, and they had great ball skills. You're talking about Jabrill Peppers had one career interception off a tipped pass in his last collegiate game.
That's a good
If Curtis Samuels brings that ball in, he goes his entire career without an interception at the University of Michigan. So it's hard for me to see, and he's very slow to read and react. If you tell him, you can tell when he's told to line up on somebody, and if they tell him go get the running back, he's going to be back there in a flash. But if he has to read a play, it's over.
Yeah. No, I think too, to me, linebacker is as much about judgment as quarterback is. So, I mean, if you're showing me poor judgment as we approach the draft, I can't say I'm too high on that. But one of the interesting things, speaking of poor judgment, is the Browns are looking to trade up in a draft, and I keep hearing about how poor this draft class is. The Patriots have actually traded out of the first two rounds of the draft. So, Chris, tell me, Browns trading up, Patriots trading out, what does this mean in terms of how much quality we're going to get out of this year's class?
Well, I think it's a very odd draft because you have very deep positions. The cornerback class is one of the deepest I've ever seen. I've been studying the draft I've been doing these for probably about 12 years now. The depth at corner is insane. Pass rushers everywhere. But then you get the offensive line, and it's a giant void. Quarterbacks, not a single one of them should be playing day one. So you're going to have a team like Cleveland, and this is why Cleveland is Cleveland, and New England's New England. They're going to package a lot of picks. They're going to try to trade up, and they're going to get a quarterback who is probably better served being the backup to Cody Kessler. Now, in a vacuum, if I just told you how much did you get as the backup for Cody Kessler,